Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lew.
Welcome back, my friends. It is Monday morning. Welcome back to Breakthrough with Lew. We are doing part 4 of our 4-part series on the seasons of life. Now, a lot of times people are like, well, what do you mean by seasons of life, Coach? Is this supposed to be, how we behave in each quarter of the year? Because we have the 4 seasons, a lot more winter. Some people have a lot more summer season. No, if you've been with me the past few weeks, and what we are talking about is the seasons of life that are mimicked by the seasons of the year. Okay, we can review real quick here. If you haven't been with, this will get you a quick catch up. If you've been with me, this will be a little reminder. The first week we talked about winter. Now, don't forget, guys, you can always go back to XLR8 Life. That's XLR, the number 8, life.com. And just sign up free. You can see all of the encore presentations of any of the live shows, plus some other bonuses. No cost to you. Just sign up, have access to that so that you can catch all of these shows, because not everybody can see them at the same time. And don't forget, you can catch Breakthrough with Lew on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. We're on them all now. So that was a blessing in itself. But anyway, so in case you missed the shows, you can go back and catch them all over the place. But first we talked about winter. Winter tends to be that time of year where you're in survival mode. It's cold, there's snow on the ground, food isn't readily available. And that's what we talk about in the physical winter. Okay, and it may in some cases feel endless. When you're in the winter season of your life, good morning, Don. What's up, buddy? When you're in the season of life, hey, Steph, I'll get to that. My favorite season. I'll let you know how I feel about that. Bear with me on that one. In the seasons of life, wintertime is that tougher time. It's that time where we're going through things that may not be exciting and fun. You may be dealing with an illness, a relative's illness. You might be in the throes of a divorce. Your business might, have had some challenges. Or God knows we've been in about 2 years of endless winter or whatever with this whole COVID and riots and all that crap that, has been media flushed down your throat, force-fed to you, and keeps you in a state of winter thinking. It's like, God, is this ever going to end? What's next? In the wintertime, more people get flus, they get this, that. So you can see where the analogies here come in, that it's very similar to physical winter, right? And then we also found out what was really cool is that winter doesn't have to be all bad, however. While some people cringe in a corner and freeze to death in the winter and go, oh, poor me, and I'm sick, and I'm this, and I'm that. There's other people that go and snowboard in the winter, enjoy sports and tobogganing and skiing and hiking and trekking. And, there's people who love winter, the physical winter. There's also people who love the season of life of winter. Where they go, okay, challenges are tough. This means I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. Wow, what a concept. Isn't that a lot better to go, okay, I got to really step into this. I got to grow. Let's tough it. Than to go, poor me. Oh, somebody said something that hurt my feelings. I don't like this because it makes people feel bad. Well, how about doing something about it? Do something constructive. Don't go out and say, oh, we shouldn't talk like that because somebody's feelings might get hurt. Go out and educate people. If there's something that you feel isn't right, Go out and educate people as to how to be better communicators or be better in their communities instead of going, poor me or poor this or poor that. Stop whining like little bitches and step up in this world and go, you know what? If there's something wrong, let's work hard to fix it. That's what you do in the winter. Winter is a tumultuous time. It's a hard time for most. But some people manage to get through it and come out of it stronger, and other people manage to get through and survive winter, and they're burned out by the end of it, and they've given up and they've lost hope because, well, we're just going to end up in another winter anyway. Well, no kidding. So learn how to take it and grab it by the horns and go, you know what? When winter comes into my business, I'm going to innovate. When winter comes into my relationships, I'm going to put more effort in to warm the hearts and warm them and freeze through that winter freeze of a winter season of a relationship, and go through this or winter freeze and in our communities where people are afraid of each other or mad at each other or this or that. Break through it. Find a way to defrost it. Okay, so that's my review of winter. Then we went into spring. Now, spring's a whole lot more fun than winter. Spring is where you start to plant the seeds of growth. You get past the winter. You get past the COVID. You get past the tensions in our communities, and you start to go, you know what, I'm going to start planting seeds that, we are a community of people. It doesn't matter where you come from or how you term yourself or whatever. You know what? We're all God's children on the face of this earth, and what that does give you is the right to not be abused or harmed or anything else. What it doesn't give you is a free meal ticket. You got to start planting those seeds now. Okay? The only equality in God's eyes is that you should be treated, or however you call your creator. I'm not here to give you a sermon this morning. However, the equality is you each have a right to manage yourself and grow as far and as good as you can. If you're lazy, you're not going to get the same rewards as somebody who goes after it. If you're compassionate and caring and you help others, you're going to do more for your community than the person that sits there and goes, give me, give me, give me. Okay, so that's equality goes as far as you being a human being. You have some basic human rights where you should be allowed to refine yourself. Okay, not given free stuff, but not harmed either. Not shunned and hurt because of who or what you are, but you also don't get a free meal ticket, folks. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this show if you're looking for a free meal ticket. Okay, but this is the time we grow and we take control of our bodies, our emotions, our relationships. We start to cultivate, plant the seeds, if you will. I know this sounds like a farm sermon this morning, but it's very similar to growing plants and food and farming, because you are planting the seeds of summer when it's going to grow into a plant, which is going to ultimately harvest in the fall, quote unquote. Okay. So this is the time you see a compelling future. You passed winter, you've toughed it out, you've made the best of it, you grew, you learned. Now it's starting to ease up so you can really get through it and you can start to plan on that beautiful, compelling future that you have. Because you do have a compelling future. I don't care if you're sitting out there going, Coach, I've just been beaten up by all this. That's fine. We're going into spring, physically and into the spring season. Have you noticed that tensions have eased amongst the communities? Tensions have eased amongst the big black cloud of death that was supposed to be over us. And the world's coming to an end and life will never be the same. And of course, life's never going to be the same. Life is ever evolving, okay? This is something that, we've got to realize. Things are going to change, okay? But you've got to be in control of that change, not be controlled by that change. Oh, God. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys, but spring is literally here in Florida. As you can see from the bags in the eyes, the bloodshot eyes, and the sneezing, this is going to be my allergy year. However, guess what? I could sit there and go, oh no, it's spring and I'm going to have allergies. I'm going, hey, it's spring. I can get out and run and the weather's beautiful and it's time to start races and everything. It's amazing. Bless you too, April. Good to see you, hon. Oh, God. This is the Oh, yes. Bless you to the sneeze. Thank you. Like, bless you too. But you know what I mean. But this is a time where we start to grow again. Okay. Then comes summer. And we've already covered these in the past few shows. So make sure you get back for a little more in depth. But summer's a time to have some fun, play. But it's also a time of growth for your body, for those plants, those seeds you planted are starting to grow. And think of the emotional seeds. This is the time where you start to really flourish. Summer's great. Okay, you're growing into these plants, you're growing stronger, you're enjoying it, your relationships are getting better, and all kinds of fun stuff is starting to go on. This is where you really, really are enjoying life. You're enjoying your growth. You're enjoying the effort that you put in. You're still working. I mean, summer can get hot. So you got to make sure you stay hydrated and take care of yourself in that summer, emotionally and physically, because it can drain you if you go for too much of it, right? So as with anything else in this world, if you take nothing else away from today, is that whatever meaning you assign to something is the experience you're going to get it. You can have two totally different people experience the same exact thing and have two totally different interpretations and outcomes from it. We see this in, witnesses in a car accident. One person will insist it was that guy's fault, and the other person insists it was the other guy's fault. And you both saw the same thing, and they both believe it. It's not like one's going, "Ooh, that's my friend," or, "this guy's a jerk, so I'm going to take the other." These are two people saw the exact same thing. However, they experienced it differently in their brain. Well, how many places in life are you doing that currently? How many things are you experiencing that you're overblowing the negative and underblowing the lesson and the underlying gift in it? Okay? Because not everything is bad. Not everything is good. It's your interpretation of it. And I know you might say, well, past 2 years, it really hasn't been good. Some people have flourished during this COVID pandemic. Okay. And as you can see, I've got a little attitude about it because it was once again overblown like they overblow our hurricanes here in Florida. Every time we get a hurricane, it's going to kill hundreds of thousands of people. It's going to devastate the state. And it comes in and it's a bad storm. And yes, unfortunately, sometimes a couple people die or some buildings get damaged. And it's sad, but it's not this devastation. The world didn't die, guys. It's time to go into spring. Okay, and you might be going, "Hey, Coach, you're making me a little mad here. I lost a loved one." We lost friends and loved ones too during the past couple of years. But I'll tell you one thing, lost a lot more people to cancer than to anything else. Just think of this stuff. And lost a lot of, the people of suicides were up. Teen suicides, kids, stuff that, was a side effect of a frenzy. Okay, these are the things you got to look at and go, did I go into a frenzy in my winter season? Now, I'm not only referring to the past couple of years. There's prime examples everywhere in the past couple of years how things get out of control, meaning in media and stuff. But this is not the first time that things have gotten out of control. I can guarantee you in your life, there might have been no outside factors and things got out of control up here. You started imagining things that weren't real, or you mistook something. How many things do you have from your past where you may have overreacted, jumped your spouse's back about something, or, got mad at an employee or mad at a family member, only to find out that that wasn't exactly accurate what you got upset and mad about? Or you realize you had a belief about something that was hardcore. Like, maybe 2 years ago when the whole COVID thing started, you might have believed, "Oh my God, this is, we've been attacked. This is going to destroy us. People are going to die in the streets." And now you know better, but you still feel the same way about it. Like, instead of going, "Okay, thank God that wasn't the case. Be glad. We've had economic damage, this, that, and the others, and now it's time to rebuild. Spring, boom. And summer. Let's have some spring and summer." What I'm really here to talk to you about today is fall success. Okay? Like I said, nothing has meaning unless you assign a meaning to it. The problem with fall is the fear of impending winter can destroy the joy of the harvest that you put in, all the effort you put into it. Instead of going, oh my God, well, if it's in the fall season, we all know a winter's coming after. Now, we've seen this through years and years in history. In history, what happens? Things were great. All of a sudden, things started, you get all the rewards, and then a war would happen, or the famine would happen, or something. But then after that, people recover, grow back into summer. You'd have prosperity again. It's happened in the stock market. It's happened in all kinds of things. So, yes, winter's going to follow fall. We just don't know how long. See, our seasons, our physical seasons, we can really calculate. They can almost tell you within degrees of what the temperature is going to be year round in certain areas. I mean, we have the technology, but this winter season of life, we don't always know when that's coming. Sometimes it comes on really fast. We wake up one morning and there's been an ice storm of life, or sometimes it's a slow, gradual change. But what could be a better approach, instead of ruining your harvest time and your great time where you're harvesting all that effort you put in to your life, and go, hey, winter's coming. Maybe I need to set aside some of the harvest so the winter doesn't affect me so much. Because, winter struggles can be real, and it's better if you're prepared. So if you don't fear winter and you embrace it instead and look at it as a time to grow, it helps. Now think of it this way. Maybe you live in Western New York, and you know that January and February ever live in hell, but you don't want to leave for the holidays, okay? So I'll tell you a little story. It's how I started coming down here. I would stay through Christmas, stay through New Year's, then we'd pack up the car, head south. I would send a load of cars down to send to the auctions down here. So in a perfect world, the profit should pay for being able to live here in January, whereas it started happening very quickly January and February. So was that not a better way of experiencing winter in Western New York, was to come to Florida for a couple of months? And it didn't mean I stopped and let everything stop. I kept working and kept things going. But it was a better alternative than just sitting there freezing going, I hate this place. I hate this place. Because I hated Buffalo in January and February, okay? Honest to God, I did. It sucked. I really did not enjoy the winter weather. So I found an alternative because I put aside some inventory that was perfect to bring to Florida. I had a plan. I found a place to live instead of staying in a hotel and spending, $100 and something a night or whatever. Found a nice little condo each year that the folks would rent me, and it was nice, and and it was just great. But what a way to get through winter, because I put a little something aside for that of the harvest during the fall when things were really good. In Western New York, fall was a good time for business. So for sure, I'm definitely going to have to check that out there, Donnie. For sure, it was a smart way to do it. So how can you do this in your life, your business, your relationships? How can you do these kind of things to set your winter up to be a time where you can grow? Wouldn't it be much easier in the wintertime if you were working on a project and maybe your normal business is you're a landscaper, and in the winter there's not a lot of landscaping to do, especially if you don't live in Florida, where you could set something up and grow a side business or a portion of your business where you wouldn't have to be out in the cold as much. Or some people go, well, I'm a landscaper or painter, like my Uncle Joe in the summer. When he was with us, he painted houses for a living. Dude was a master, and he was in great shape going up and down those ladders and he enjoyed what he did. But then in the wintertime, a lot of people that were in his type of industry went on unemployment and sat around and got fat and drank booze and ate pizza, because pizza's great in Buffalo, right? But what he would do is go get a snowplow for his truck and plow people's driveways and snow blowers and blow their walks, and created another aspect to the business to continue to grow through the winter season. Okay, I'm giving you lots of examples and stuff and a lot of metaphors in the past few weeks. And you might be going to, are you always going to do this on this show? No, it's not always going to be that much metaphorically, but the seasons of life are so easy to compare to the seasons of the year that this really helps. So don't fear winter, embrace it as a time to grow and innovate your business, your life, your relationships. Hey, if you got more time indoors, maybe you can work on your intimate relationship a little bit more. So I'm going to share a major truth with you, though, this morning, guys. The truth is we need all 4 seasons of life. You might not love them all equally. You might not be as excited about them all equally. When you can do that, when you can get the same excitement towards a winter season of life coming in, because you're going to grow in this, that, and the other, that's when you really master. Okay, so Stephanie, here comes the answer to your question. They're all my favorite seasons, but I love spring, summer, and fall best. In wintertime, I find ways to love it, to grow, although it's not always comfortable growth. A lot of times winter hands you a little bit of extra, here you go, you are gonna grow. Where in the spring and summer, it's a lot easier in fall to have personal growth. So the truth is we need all 4 seasons of life, because all winter, ultimately you would lose hope and drive. Let's face it, if it was always cold, gray, there was always adversarial, if there was always adversity, if there was always pressure, if there was always illness, if there was always sadness, always turmoil, sooner or later that would just tear you down. Meaning yes, but if you had all that and you were constantly fighting something, wouldn't that kind of, after a while, you'd lose hope and drive? Now, if we had all spring, hey, that's a great time. We'd all be planning. Oh, I've been saying planting, but maybe planning is the great word there. Be planning for the future without a lot of action. See, you can go outside and throw seeds out and, literally throw plant seeds in your backyard and, do that every day in the spring. But if you don't water them, you don't feed them, and that's all you do is just throw them out there, chances are you're not going to grow bunches of cool plants in the summer, right? So you have to have a plan. What do I need to do to take this plant from seed to harvest? So in the spring, we tend to do a lot of planting, or a little bit of both. But see the analogy there too? You're planning and planting for the future. But if that's all you did is sat and philosophize and plan and plant and, hope and create, but never take action, you'd get stuck. You'd be a forever learner. It's like the people that, keep going back for more education, but never use the education that they're getting. Okay. Now, if you had all summer, hey, baby, oh, yeah, summertime, yes, it's amazing. Okay, all right, I'm getting a little burned out. It's hot. How much more surfing can I do? Oh, man, I'm ready for it to cool down just a little bit. I'm working in the seasons of life. Summer's work. You're building on that planning you did in the spring. Now you're putting it into action, but all summer you would burn out. If everything was just work, and fun, work hard, play hard, you burn out. We all know this. We all probably did this as teenagers or, early 20-somethings, where it was work hard during the day so we can play hard at night. Well, when you're 50 or 60, that doesn't work quite so well. So now you need the fall. The fall season of life is where you have the emotional muscle that was built by the growth and the hard work. That emotional muscle started in the winter, where it was a necessity to grow and innovate. In the spring, you planted, or a little bit of both, the seeds for the summer, where you worked on growing those plants, or plants as they such be. And then in the fall, boom, you have apples and oranges and carrots and everything growing. Your plants, or your plans, as in your business or your relationships, are now paying off. Interesting concept, right? So here it is. You got it. So Stephanie, in answer to your question, here it is. All the seasons are necessary. You learn to find the best in each season. Okay, that's what I do. I enjoy some seasons more than others, but sometimes the hardest seasons and the toughest things and the hardest effort you put in and the biggest growth and the massive growth turn out to be your best adventures, your best way of being, and stuff like that. So how does that work for you? You know, I would say that's a great thing. Absolutely amazing thing. So use your seasons of life, guys. I know this has been crazy 4 weeks with lots of analogies and lots of things, but I'm excited that you've spent the time with me. Go back if you didn't catch any of them. Get on the site, xlr8.com. I'm going to type that in the chat here. So that you guys can do this and go to the blog. It does require you to sign up, but it's free to access the blog. It helps us control who's on our sites and make sure that you are part of our team. And the great news is Monday, March 1st, Heals the course live on accelerate-life.com. You can take it's basically a 30-day course. Heals stands for Healthy Eating and Lifestyle Simplified. We all know that we should do better. We should have. We know kind of what we should do, but how do you learn to live that as a lifestyle? Well, Heals sums it all up. It's mostly video coaching, a little bit of reading and a workbook, mostly video coaching, just like you're talking to me, where I teach you that. And then if there's places you're stuck, you can always get some one-on-one coaching with me. But that will change your life for the better by helping you design the lifestyle that works for you, but it's also productive for you. You can enjoy chicken wings, okay? You can enjoy celery, but the reality is if you eat 25 chicken wings to one piece of celery, that's not going to get your body in the right spot. If you eat 2 or 3 chicken wings and a whole bunch of celery, you reverse that whole process. And that's what we teach in the course, is how to live a lifestyle that is supportive of you, that you can enjoy. Kind of like enjoying all seasons of your life. All right, guys, I appreciate you spending time with me. It means the world to me to see y'all on. You guys have a blessed day. Be safe. And I will see you all next week for Breakthrough with Lew. Help me out on this. Help me share the show. Get this out here, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on our site, at xlr8life.com. Wherever you're watching this, help get it out there. And, if you just want to listen, or if you miss the show and you can't watch on the replays, or you don't have time, drive time. Go ahead and put it on in the car. Breakthrough with Lew. Search it on iHeartRadio, search it on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, you name it. We're out there, guys. So get the knowledge you need. Let me help you grow and snowboard through winter, plant the seeds of spring, reap the rewards and the fun of summer, and then really reap the rewards of the fall seasons. Guys, be blessed. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams. I will see you guys on the next roundabout, next Monday morning, and have an amazing day. I'll see you soon.
Ready to take it to the next level? Tune in to xlr8life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lew himself. As Coach Lew always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.